No, good morning, Mrs. Adame.
Mirifi.
That,
Same is reminding us that his birthday is coming up this Saturday.
well, okay. So he will do party for us.
I don't really know why he mentioned it. I'm not
Because
sure.
in Ghana, if it's your birthday, you are the one who does the party.
Hey, Sammy says he will bless me. Okay, all right.
All right,
Well,
sir.
it's time for the news review in a moment, and it's live on Facebook and YouTube at Joy 997 FM. So please join us and observe Winston in his nice checkered. I don't know if this is what do they call it again? You know, the one from Scotland.
Which one is that?
Tartan.
I don't even know how they call it.
Winston is wearing Burberry African prints today. Tune in and check it out. All right, let's go.
Let's get into our Drive Safe campaign here on the Super Morning Show. And it's brought to us by John News and Multimedia Group. And it's supported by Logistics Movers. We help you relocate. Toyota Ghana Company Limited, Toyota Superior Quality. Avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on, and that's how you ensure your safe arrival.
Right, now if you're thinking of the safest, hassle-free and most secure way of relocating or transporting your goods, then Logistics Movers is here for you with a professional and cost-effective way of moving your office and household items within and outside Accra or wherever you're going on the planet. Logistics Movers has what it takes to put a smile on your face, and that is their hallmark. Contact them on 050-127-7363, or you can try 030-291-8349. Just go to logisticsmovers.com for more information or email info@logisticsmovers.com. Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
So we know that selling your used vehicle can sometimes be very stressful. And that's why Toyota Ghana Company Limited says you don't have to stress anymore. If you desire to sell your used Toyota vehicle purchase from Toyota Ghana Company Limited, then visit any of our branch offices and exchange your car for cash. Yes, believe it, it's that simple. Toyota Ghana has interest to purchase your used Toyota vehicle bought from them. So just bring your used Toyota vehicle and receive cash. Walk away with the right resale value for your used Toyota vehicle. But kindly note that, look, this offer is limited to vehicles sold and serviced by Toyota Ghana Company Limited. Visit any of our branches for more details or call 0552 761616 or 0552 760924. Toyota Ghana Company Limited is proud to be associated with Joy FM and Joy News Drive Safe Tips on the Super Morning Show. Toyota Superior Quality.
Superior quality. All right, so we say it right?
Yes.
Okay, it's brought to us this morning and every morning by Koba Payment App. Koba, our lives simplified.
Something must be done.
On Say It Right, we often highlight phrases made up of two words with overlapping meanings, which make the expressions redundant. Here's another example. I recently read an article online which talked about the fatal killing of Ahmed Swale. Now, while Ahmed Swale was indeed killed, it is important to note that all killings are fatal. The word fatal means resulting in death. So it is safe to assume that if someone or something has been killed, that killing has indeed resulted in death. The phrase fatal killing is therefore redundant. If you want to apply an adverb to describe the nature of the killing, you could say brutal killing, gruesome killing, or even sudden killing. There you are. Another day, another way to say it right. There we go. Now, just before we talk about Koba, yesterday we gave an assignment, didn't we?
We did.
On social media, and people were throwing in some answers to the question. When somebody asks, for instance, who's at the door, do you say it is me or it is I? And the correct answer is...
It is I.
It is I. So, and by the way, you know, this is the nature of how language evolves. After some time, informal language starts to become accepted as correct. In this case, the correct way of saying it is I. Informal language has evolved the it is me version to the point where it is almost accepted. But if you're writing anything formal, you're answering a question in an exam, the correct answer is it is I.
Now, I mean, let me just chip this in because while at the University of Cape Coast, Professor Lawrence Owusu-Ansah,
Yes.
who was teaching us theories of grammar at the time, said, "Oh, you can use double negation if you want to when speaking English, but if you write it, I'm sorry, I'll take you on." Because once you write, I expect you to write formal. I mean, and don't go into informal, language. So that's just by the way. So maybe today we'll give another assignment.
Yes,
later
yes.
on the
We'll
show.
come up with a good one.
Yes.
Right now, the weekends are for chilling, they say, but with Korba, every minute of your time is like a party. Korba makes life simple. It allows you to transfer funds across all bank accounts or mobile money wallets, to top up airtime and data, to pay your insurance, your TV and utility bills, and many more with pleasure, anytime and anywhere. In addition, you get a free life insurance cover while you make your payments with Korba. This is more than you expected, yeah. Well, Korba will let you enjoy life's little pleasures. Download Korba. It's spelled Korba. Download it on the Play Store or the App Store, or access it via the WhatsApp channel, which is 0242 426 186, or just dial *365#. Korba, our lives simplified.
Well, if owning a new home, buying a second home, or maybe buying a land to build your dream home is one of your goals for 2021, then here's some real help from First National Bank, because First National Bank has declared 2021 as the year of home ownership, YOHO 2021, to help make home ownership a reality for many Ghanaians. YOHO 2021 offers a unique opportunity for all resident and non-resident Ghanaians to first access First National Bank's whole suite of home loan offers, get relevant advice on home ownership and guidance to overcome some of the hurdles like documentation, titles, and credit history. Indeed, home ownership provides stability, wealth-building opportunities, and you can buy your dream home from our partner developers or choose to complete that project you started years ago. Take advantage of First National Bank's competitive interest rate, and I promise to give you a decision on your home loan applications in 5 working days, provided all requirements are met. Accept the YOHO 2021 challenge and apply for a home loans facility to ensure you are on the housing ladder by end of 2021. Call First National Bank on 0242 43 5050 or 0800 770522, or send a mail at ghanahomeloans@firstnationalbank.com.gh for more information. YOHO 2021, moving you from a tenant to a homeowner. First National Bank, how can we help you?
How indeed. All right, then. So, look, if you have been listening to us for years, today try something different. Watch us on the News Review. Okay, we are live on Facebook and YouTube at Joy 99.7 FM. You can actually watch us in the studio as we do the News Review. And I'll tell you why that's special, because of course we've got a brand new studio, brand new state-of-the-art studio. It looks really, really great. I don't know if I can get one of the cameras to do a quick 360 and show everybody all around our brand new studio. So why don't you tune in, check us out, and observe us, as we host the News Review, brought to you by First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different, and Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Right, so let's get into the review for this morning.
Let's get into the papers.
But before we get into the papers, let's just listen to what, Mr. Eduboahene, Charles Eduboahene. Now, he was vetted yesterday as Minister of State at the Finance Ministry. He's been talking about lots of issues. Let's listen to what he's been saying when he met the Appointments Committee.
How much are we paying for the vaccines?
The projection is to be able to vaccinate a total of 70% of the population. If you put the population at 30 million, that means about 21 million people. On average, depending on which vaccine it is that you buy, if we even average $10 per shot, then $20 would be, so you have $20 times 21 million. I think that's about $400 million. Prior to 2020, we were on a debt declining path. And you are on a debt declining path because your primary balance is positive. Now, your primary balance is essentially the difference between your revenue and expenditures less your interest expense. Meaning that if you have a positive primary balance, that means you're not borrowing to pay interest. And so your debt to levels to GDP declines. And so prior to 2020, we had managed to stay on track and delivered positive growth in excess of 6-7%, and a positive primary balance, which has put us on a debt declining path. This was disrupted by COVID, which forced us to borrow in excess of what we had budgeted to do in 2020, but at the same time also reduced sharply the growth, which meant that GDP itself, nominal GDP itself, as the denominator in that equation also shrunk. So you had a ballooning revenue, expenditure, declining revenue, which led to the need to borrow more, which meant that the denominator in your debt to GDP, the numerator in your debt to GDP calculation was bigger, whilst the denominator, which was your GDP growth, had not grown as much as it was supposed to grow. In fact, we did some calculations, and if we had done the 6% plus GDP growth that we had targeted for 2020 and kept the deficit at 4.8, which was what we had targeted, our debt to GDP by the end of 2020 would have been closer to 60%. Unfortunately for us, because of COVID, we ended up with a debt to GDP of about 76%.
Right, that was Charles Dubois there being vetted in Parliament. Now, last night actually, on PM Express, Evans Mensah had an exclusive interview with Ghana's Attorney General, Godfred Dame. Talked about a bunch of things, including this.
I think that even when the soundness or correctness of the decision is being tested on appeal, there is no justification for a self-education to be filed. There ought not to be any act which will impede or hinder the education of the students in question.
And that was in regard to the Achimota school situation with Tyrone Magai, who has just won a ruling that says he can go back to school. Okay, then. So, shall we look in the papers?
Yes, let's look in the papers now.
Okay, I'll start with the Ghanaian Times. Banner headline: Provide better services to public, President urges telcos. He was speaking at the launch of MTN's 25th anniversary. Operation Halt not selective, Nitiwu to critics. Buem Kingmakers revoke decision to install new Omanhene. 339 suspected criminals grabbed in Accra. And transport fares to go up on the 5th of June. Let's look on the back page of the Ghanaian Times. And Hearts edge Liberty professionals in FA Cup. Also, Kotoko in Olympics progress. And NADMO intensifies measures to reduce impact of flooding. And that's an important headline on a day like today, the anniversary of the June 3rd disaster.
Right, and the business finder for this morning: government leveraging technology to accelerate economic growth. That's according to the president. And GCB reduces interest on personal loans amidst other incentives. So you know that, the monetary policy rate is now at 13.5%. The Bank of Ghana is urging banks to follow suit and as a result reduce their lending rates. Well, GCB Bank has started that already, and they've reduced personal loans.
It's an important aspect of the Bank of Ghana's duties, moral suasion. Let's see how far they can get.
Yes,
with this one.
particularly now that we have transport fares going up. Let's see what happens to inflation. We'll talk about that later on the show, though.
We will. All right, the Daily Guide has these. Undum Insurers dodge fraud case. An insurance company called Houston Specialty Insurance has filed a complaint for declaratory judgment in a court in the United States, claiming that it has no obligation to defend the Indum conglomerate. Interesting. All right. Nana celebrates MTN 25 years. Government is victim of COVID-19 success. That's attributed to Charles Itubuahin. Cape Coast NPP wants right, in quote, MCE. And Attorney General saves state 1.297 billion Ghana cedis in NDK claim. Remember that story, that case? All right. Now, arm wrestling Veep, Pambo gets Africa. Vaccination.
Hey. Well, Conte, do not go to Tottenham. Wait till we sack Ole, then you can come to United. But let's get to the Chronicle for this morning, and we start with the Word of God, beloved.
Hallelujah.
Ephesians 5, verse 4.
Warns Ghana against illegal fishing as economy loses more than 50 million US dollars yearly. Now, this is an important story. Okay, we've been talking about this on and off, but it's something that is just ridiculous. It's kind of like Galamsey, where foreign interest is taking over our fishing waters and depleting our fish stock. It's not even the money, but the fact that very soon we'll have no fish whatsoever. Already 60% of the fish we eat is imported. Yeah. Imagine that. All right, MTN worthy of emulation. That's President Akufo-Addo speaking. He calls for public-private partnership to drive digital transformation and proposes the establishment of a telco museum as MTN clocks 25. Rising crude prices, CD performance could see motorists pay more for fuel. Also, government to reduce spectrum and licensing fees to push down data costs. CBG introduces training program to develop staff's technical and professional skills. And Ministry of Health and Novo Nordisk sign an eye care MOU to address diabetes. Very interested in that. The details are on the back page. Also, $2.1 million US dollars surface rental oil revenue is still in arrears, and GCB Bank reduces interest on personal loans, among other incentives.
The Daily Graphic: judgment debt NDK's 1.3 billion cedis claim thrown out, and manhandling of City FM journalists. National Security Operatives acted wrongfully. That's according to the National Media Commission. President charges MTN to address customer concerns. I don't run Black Star Brokerage. That's according to Charles Eduboahing when he appeared before, the Appointments Committee. And 7 trapped in flooded mining pit in Upper East region is on the back page. But before we go, Kojo, we need to go for the BBC News shortly. Our online news review is brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest, and GOIL Good Energy. And talking about GOIL higher grade fuels have been tried, tested, proven, and accepted over the years as most suitable for all engine types, including the latest vehicles with the most modern engines. In addition to these superior qualities, GOIL higher grade fuels are further fortified with the XP3 additive multifunctional enhancer, which is more efficient, eco-friendly, and sold at no extra cost. GOIL higher grade fuels come in GOIL Super XP, Ron 95, and Diesel XP, which is sold in every GOIL station and not just selected stations. So fill up with GOIL higher grade fuels at Jibebia, GOIL Good Energy, GOIL Yaya Dim.
All right, Achimota School withdraws application for stay of execution is one of the big stories on myjoyonline.com. It's actually the top story. Also on myjoyonline.com, transport fares go up by 13% effective June 5. Burning of excavators, advocacy for non-existent rights of Galamseyers reprehensible. And that's the Attorney General speaking there. Also, details of the conjoined twins at Ridge Hospital on myjoyonline.com. Go and check it out with videos of the twins and interviews with their parents, and the medical team in Ghana that says for the very first time they can actually perform the separation surgery. Okay, let's do the BBC now. Is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
I nearly gave up on driving out of frustration. What hadn't I done? Purging, replacing electrical parts, changing my fuel pump, and still the engine noise in my car wouldn't stop. Then I met this guy who said I should try Goil Fuel. By the way, my name is Thomas. I did try Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now my car is renewed. Yankonkwa!
Goil stocks only higher grade fuels, further enriched with XP3 multifunctional enhancer, more efficient, eco-friendly, and at no extra cost. Available at every Goil station. Ajibebia. Goil Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP. Higher grade fuels, excellent for modern engines and all vehicles. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah, dear.
Just as you carry your favorite club